Our fall is here, which means all things pumpkins, apple cider, and football. But you can't forget the thing that makes the fall so beautiful, the leaves. IU Indianapolis professor emeritus Steve Randall is here to explain to us what causes these leaves to change. We're going to dive into some of the science behind it and what makes them so pretty. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
I'm glad to be here.
So explain to someone like me who maybe doesn't know what causes these leaves to change, how this happens.
Well, you think about preparing for winter. That's what plants are doing. They're preparing for winter. They're reallocating all their resources, getting rid of the leaves, taking the resources, putting them down the roots for later on, next spring.
Yeah.
Right? But they got to survive through the winter. And so the first thing that you see is you see chlorophyll kind of fading a little bit. That's the green color in the leaves. That gets degraded, reutilized, stored away for the future. And as the chlorophyll disappears, you see underlying what was there all the time is the yellows, carotenoids, for example, and the oranges. And then after that, in some trees you may see some red colors.
Yeah.
Those anthocyanins, that's what gives you the color in beets.
Those
Carotenes.
The red ones are my favorite by far.
Yeah.
Is there a place specifically, and you may not have the answer to this, that is like the best in the area, maybe across the state, to go find some of this foliage?
That's a good question, but I'll tell you, the DNR has on their site, they have a list of leaf peeper sites.
Really?
Yeah. So there's a list of at least a dozen or 15.
Help guide it out for you a little bit?
Yep, some good ideas. And you know, it depends if you're in northern Indiana and southern Indiana, it's going to be different in terms of the timing, when they're available. So you could see one weekend, see some other place another weekend, if you want to.
Yeah, hit them all. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm also curious, Steve, when you look at leaves and the changing of the colors, if it depends upon the tree as to what colors you're getting. Is that something that can affect that?
Absolutely. So the reds that you like, red maple, there's red oak that kind of gives the red. There's some smaller trees like sumac, black gum. So maybe a smaller tree. Those are all reds.
Yeah.
But then you get some of the other maples, like sugar maple is yellow, or yellow to orange. And so it depends on the variety of the tree, what tree it is that you're going to see. And so, of course, all of them together is what you like to see, right?
Yeah, you get all those colors together, and that's when you get that fun fall feel, obviously. How long do we have of this before we just get bare trees?
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
It really depends. I mean, there's a lot of environmental impacts on that. You know, the one that really gets me the most is you got a nice display and then it rains and knocks a lot of stuff off. But if you don't have a heavy rain, lasts for a few weeks. So
hope for maybe a little bit longer we could maybe get some of those leaves hanging around. There's no right answer for me here. I'm just curious. Am I okay if I leave my leaves in the yard? Because my wife constantly wants me to rake them up, blow them around, do something with them. But I like the way they looked, and quite honestly, I'm just too lazy to do anything with them.
Yeah, I think probably the best thing would be to mulch them. If you get a mulching mower, just chop them up, because that kind of lets them degrade, and of course that's going to feed your lawn the rest of the year, next year. The big leaves will kind of mat it down and it'll be hard to, it can damage your lawn if you don't take them up.
Walk me through what you do at IU Indianapolis as a professor. What sort of classes are you teaching?
Well, I'm emeritus now, which means the classes that I teach are in the laboratory. So I'm still in the laboratory, volunteering, and I have some undergraduate students that are learning techniques and working on some projects that I'm interested in. Yeah. What's
it like having other people get on board with that and have that same passion? You see that same passion in a younger generation.
Yeah. It's wonderful. It's what makes teaching so incredibly satisfying, I guess, literally. Students have gone on to other degrees and are all around the country. It's kind of neat to see all that.
What is it for you that brings your attention to these leaves changing every year and the science behind this?
Well, the science behind it is that there's just a lot that we don't see. I mean, I described the colors, but there's a lot of chemistry. I'm a biochemist / molecular biologist. I see a lot of the stuff that's underneath that, which is all the molecules that are being transformed into whatever, sugar into starch. And of course in the spring, the opposite happens. Starch that's been stored ends up in sugar, goes up in the leaves, and of course buds expand and you get new leaves. So
it's so wild that we just wake up in the morning or go to bed the night before and wake up and go, oh look, the leaves have changed, and there's been work happening the whole time while we've been sleeping to make that happen. Professor, thank you so much. We appreciate having you here. Really appreciate you coming and chatting with us. If you're looking for a place to check out those fall leaves, the Hamilton County Historical Society Fall Foliage Tour is happening October 20th. You can check out tons of fall scenery and learn some history. We'll also have all that information over on allindiana.tv. I love to go down to Brown County each and every year, Ashley, and take a look around Nashville because it is just gorgeous there this time of year.
Listen, I love fall color anywhere I can see it. And these temperatures are really about to drop, so we're going to help. Next week, a much cooler week coming your way, so I think you're going to see more of that fall color.